how to get a business loan from an expert business loan broker, and being cautious, making sure you are communicating with the right individual. This isn't a scammer or a person who's trying to retrieve your information and do things incorrectly, overpromising and under-delivering. Hi, this is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions, and I am a business loan broker expert. And I want to take time right away to discuss what's happening when people are trying to contact you. I went live earlier, but it is apparent, and I want to make this video, and I'm going to get going here shortly. Now, if you've come across me on TikTok, maybe for some time, or you're new to this, you're trying to get business funding, which I'll address towards the end of this video a little bit more, be very careful of people messaging you, writing back to you, hey, just text the number or send me a WhatsApp message or a Telegram, Cardi B, that's a joke, Cardigram, or hey, reach out to me on Facebook, here's a number, or hey, does anybody need a grant? Does anybody need a business loan? Be very careful about responding to those individuals. So let's start off on the TikTok platform, and then I'm going to transition to like Facebook and Instagram. I spoke about this previously, but I wanted to make it heard again. So just so you know, I do not have any affiliation with those people who are creating profile lookalikes with my own profile picture or their own, and they're telling you, hey, I can help you get business funding. Use common sense. Obviously, sometimes it's hard to tell. You might think it's me. I know it isn't. When I post a video on TikTok, I'll see people commenting, hey, just reach out to this person, or hey, reach out to me, and they make it look good. Others are just very obvious in sight. And it's not until you get into the direct messaging with them or some other form of communication, you realize it's not really me or my team. It's not the way I communicate. It's not the way that I do things. So be very careful when you come across somebody who's trying to get you and promise you to get a business loan. Here's an application fee, no hidden costs, but there are hard pulls. You said soft pull, overpromise, under-delivered. I don't do any of that. I don't have no association with them whatsoever. I can't stop those accounts from being brought up. I try to report them, and when I do report them, more come up, or it takes forever to be reported. So on TikTok, be very cautious of when you go to my profile, go to the right one. Don't go to somebody else's. Make sure it's the right following. The criteria is there. Sometimes these scammers out there will put even my own link, so they're helping me in a way where it's going to me, not to them. Other times it's their own stuff, and I try to report them, and more come up. I block, I delete messages on TikTok. Like today, recently, I had somebody who, on a notification, it said this person commented, and I went ahead and deleted that comment. I can't do it for each and every one of them. And if you're trying to reach out to me here on TikTok, I'm likely going to tell you, go to the bio, click the link. And if you can't find the link, because TikTok sometimes does that, I don't know why, then go to my site, viralfundingsolutions.com. You can also email me. It is Michael, M-I-C-H-A, as in Adam, E as in Edwin, L as in like, at viral, something goes viral, funding, without an S, and then solutions with an S.com. Michael at viralfundingsolutions.com. Now, away from TikTok, there's so much more I can get into even deeper in what these people are telling you to do, but it's self-explanatory. Don't give them your account information, username and password. Don't say yes to those things. You might get a Nigerian prince from the 90 Day Fiancé show. I'm joking. But just don't get somebody from a source that you are unfamiliar with. Make sure you go through someone that you are going to be familiar with, and that's me, and making sure it is the right individual. Make sure that you've addressed that it's my profile, it's who you're communicating with, and who you can work with, and I am very credible. I helped out a lot of businesses. I have a client who just texted me, that's why I kind of paused there. I have to text him back here, and I don't think I can go away from this. It might keep me on TikTok here, but I might have to exit out. I'm going to probably just send them an email, or I'll get going here in about 5 minutes at most. So also on Facebook, now let's go to Facebook. So I've had people who even tell me, hey, Michael, there's somebody who's pretending to be like you on there. And I try to report them. I can figure out who they are. They even make it so obvious that they share my content, my reels. They even put my own social link in their profile, and they're benefiting me. But at the same time, I don't want them to be around. So I end up reporting them. Facebook takes longer. They really don't do much a lot of the times. It takes longer. So be very cautious. You might be speaking to somebody who is a complete scammer. Usually at that point they are. And if they're asking for information, the way that they communicate with you too is very evident. So there are multiple profiles. You might get somebody with the name of Christopher or a Chris, a Henry, or my own name, and it looks very hard to tell, but they make up things, and be very careful. I try to report them, but it takes some time. Just kind of like when you try to get your Facebook advertising account. And I have made a few profiles. I know you shouldn't be able to do that, but I did it for advertising reasons on Facebook because they weren't upfront with me. I didn't know what I did wrong. I obviously don't think I did anything wrong. They just act that way. And so I had my account removed a long time ago, and then I had to create another one. So there might have been a couple of profile names underneath mine. I had to just change the name a little bit. So just verify with me, and you will see that, and you'll know that. Now on Instagram, that's another story. I've had to report people, and then they keep coming up. Other times there's nothing that is done. And it's just so much. I can't be in all places at once. I might have to have somebody doing all the reporting for me and just try to figure out those profiles. Even on Google, YouTube, and other formats, Pinterest, etc. I've had people imitating me. And I guess it shows that, I'm going somewhere, or I am somewhere. I guess if that's how you interpret it. But just be very cautious. Understand that there are people that are pretending to be like me, and that it is false information out there. Let me see. I might be able to send a text message here really quickly. I might still be able to have you guys on chat. 1 second. I might have. Maybe there was a disruption because I went to send a quick text message. It was very urgent. I needed to get it done. So, yes, please be aware that people do pretend to be me, and it just happens. I'm not the only one, I'm sure of that. What do you mean by 1 million? I could turn 30,000 into 1 million in a year. Great. Yeah. And I hope you don't say that in a pompous attitude, or you say that in more of a humble, I could turn that into 30,000 into 1 million a year. And I know you probably didn't mean it that way, but a lot of people, they do. A lot of people come into this and they go, I can turn 50,000. And I know that's more of a confidence thing. It's not always a cocky thing. So that's not what I'm saying that you acted like. But a lot of people tend to do that. And so that's cool. I'm appreciated that you're able to do that. Take that 30,000 into 1 million in a year. And so, hey, everybody has a different business and a different position. So I think that's what I'm going to leave it at, guys. That's all I wanted to come on here to talk about is the positioning on, can you find the right profile. Make sure it is mine. It isn't somebody who is a scammer, a Nigerian prince, or anybody telling you to get on Telegram, Cardigram, or I don't know, WhatsApp, telling you to send them an email, text message, and do what's in their best interest, not in your own. And I think I want to round up the video with a few things on banking activity. So one thing too, when you have an existing business loan, you may already be an A-tier client. I may have said this already in the past. Let me bring it up again. So if you're already getting a lump sum, let's say I already know you got 100,000, maybe you got 200,000-300,000, and you're looking perhaps for a line of credit to come into that, and that's a different position. That's not the same positions, different service. Excuse me. You may be wanting 500,000 in a line of credit, 600,000, and that's not going to happen because if you were getting 200,000 in a lump sum or 100,000, the line of credit usually approves you between 50 to 150, usually 50 to 100%. In this market, you see up to about 80, 90%, a lot of cases, even with an A-tier client. That's the truth. And so don't expect this arbitrary number of where you're going to say, hey, I'm getting 200,000 here. I should be getting a 300 to 400,000 in a line of credit. It doesn't work that way. Usually if you get a 200,000, let's say a 200,000, maybe a line of credit up to 200,000, maybe a line of credit up to 100,000 at most. So don't expect you to get more than that on the lump sum. Approvals are higher on a term loan, on an advance, than they are with a line of credit. So even if you were to receive up to 100,000 in this market, and in this market, most lenders are only approving for up to about 150, up to 200,000, and that's unsecured. It's harder to go above unless you have the details and the lump sum. You can get approved maybe for 400,000. So on a line of credit, we approved you for 200, if not even more than that. So just be very cautious of that, and that's just how it works. And the majority of the lenders right now in this market want to approve for a weekly. Monthly is more or less off the table. You work from weekly into a monthly, but they want weekly so you can micromanage your payments, and it's better to associate it that way. and it keeps you returning and having to use that line of credit, and you don't have to pay as much and wait too long to make the repayment of it. It makes most sense to do it, and why most lenders, even A-tier lenders, will do that. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to voice, or I will get going in about a minute. I did a live earlier. I did want to just again come on here. There was probably a brief pause in the video because I had to send a quick text message to a client. It was urgent. And once that was done, then I was able to come back here and then conclude on saying that here. Another message here. Okay. Now I have it on email because they're in the system now. So what you need to understand is when you are communicating, make sure it's me. It's not some scammer, some Nigerian prince, some person from India. No disrespect to people from India. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the call centers and all that, especially like New York area, Florida can happen, other parts of the world. And I'm not just saying in the US, non-US, international, but make sure that you are bulletproofing yourself. You put a wall against it and go, hey, that's not Michael. That's not somebody they associate with. That's not even their team. They wouldn't be doing that. And my processes are not meant that way. So when you come into my ecosystem, you're protected. You're safe and secure. I promise you that. And with me, you're going to get the best option. I have my team right now. I have my lender list right now. I have my team associated with me. And I know who to take your file to. So it's very safe and secure. I won't shop it around in a way where it's going to hurt your credit or have you feel down about something that it wasn't caused by me. It's caused by another associate, another lender, or another organization that already had your information. And you're thinking it's me because we're just applying, and you're saying somebody else is contacting you, but that's not through me. That's through someone else. They probably got your information from the credit bureaus and a little bit more. So I guess that will be everything in this video. No comments, no nothing. Okay, I will get going. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, again, just to recap, be careful who you guys communicate with. Make sure it's me, verify on all platforms, YouTube. Be careful of those comments, those follow train comments, and people telling you, hey, anybody looking for a grant, anybody looking for a loan, hey, be careful of that. I even question those people. Sometimes I can't get in there and comment as soon as I can. I'll continue to leave reply back to questionnaires. I've been quite busy. Today I already doing more questionnaires. I did a lot last night, did more the days before, but I have a lot more to catch up on. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And like always, stay safe and secure. Enjoy your evening, your night, the rest of the week. I should be continuously putting out content. And like always, appreciate you all. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. And yes, that will conclude. Thank you all. Bye.